The Andhra cops have arrived at former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Reddy's office. Andhra cops have reached his office to serve a notice to Jagan in connection with a death case. My colleague Uma Sudhir joins me for more on this story. Uma, do tell us what next for Jagan Reddy once he has been served this notice.
So, after the incident that happened on June 18 and subsequently the FIR being registered yesterday, that's when Jagan Reddy has been booked under non-bailable sections, and that is why this would be a cause for worry. What the cops have done, the Nallapadu cops have come to the YSRCP office and served the notice on the former Chief Minister. His office staff has received it. The car that was allegedly involved in this particular incident, which belongs to Jagan Reddy, that car has now been seized by the police and they have taken it away.
Thank you very much, Uma, for getting us those details. The senior Congress leader Shashi Tharoor said about his article on Operation Sindhur's global outreach that should not be taken as a sign of him to join Congress party. He said he's not leaping to join, beg your pardon, it's not Congress but BJP, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's party, but he says it's a statement of national unity, interest and standing up for India. Tharoor, in an article published in The Hindu on Monday, said that Modi's energy, dynamism and willingness to engage remained a prime asset for India on the global stage, but deserved greater backing. His remarks were seen as likely to irk his Congress party and widen cracks in his ties with its leadership.
For us, it seems to me, there is really no such thing as a BJP foreign policy or a Congress foreign policy. There is only Indian foreign policy and Indian national interests. I'm not saying something new. I said this very many years ago, and I said it publicly on the record the very first time that I became chairman of the External Affairs Committee of Parliament back in 2014. It is not a sign of my leaping to join the Prime Minister's party, as some people unfortunately have been implying. It is a statement of national unity, of national interest, and of standing up for India.
Well, his relationship with the High Command, as in his own admission, is that there's been a difference of opinion, and that continues. I think somewhere down the line, there has been a breach of trust between Mr. Tharoor as well as the Congress leadership. He's been an important senior leader. He was given a wildcard entry into the Congress party way back in 2009 and has been a member of parliament representing Trivandrum since then. But be that as it may, the recent outbursts that have taken place, there's been a lot of back and forth between Mr. Tharoor and the Congress party, especially from the state unit. Mind you, they're going in for a state election, and it's in that backdrop, I think definitely there will be a lot of skirmishes and it will continue. But definitely the Congress leadership is irked about how things are playing out between Mr. Tharoor and his own party.
Tamil film actor Shrikant was arrested on Monday by the Nungambakkam police of Chennai for allegedly buying cocaine from a drug cartel. The cartel includes a Ghanaian national who was recently arrested. Apparently, he was in contact with 3 drug offenders recently taken into custody. Shrikant's arrest comes shortly after the arrest of Prasad, a former AIDMK member who was taken into custody following a pub brawl in Chennai.
ADMK is the starter, the main culprit is ADMK. Even when they were in power, when our leader showed that so much of drugs are sold, they wanted to dismiss him. They don't want to accept it. So they are the culprits. And many of the drug peddlers are in ADMK and BJP. Because drugs are coming from Gujarat, so that is handled by BJP people. And their friends ADMK. Many people are ADMK are involved in it. They cannot say no to it, and they will be caught and punished.
The ruling DMK denies these allegations that Tamil Nadu was witnessing a spurt in movement and consumption of drugs. They argue Tamil Nadu is a victim state, Riga, where it's being used as a transit point to export or to smuggle drugs out of the country. And the ruling DMK also blames the opposition, AIADMK, for this kind of a mess, what they call as mess, because of their free run during their 10-year rule. But the AIADMK again denies these allegations, saying that it only proves the incompetence of the ruling DMK, as they call it. In terms of the investigation, one, the police say they have strong evidence to prove that actor Shrikant, who has been arrested, purchased, used and also had links with drug cartels. They have recovered documents, digital transactions and digital trail, besides other forms of evidence including medical certification, in medical reports proving that he had consumed cocaine.
Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is in Delhi, but the problem of Congress MLAs speaking out of turn and creating a flutter continued in the state, with Basavaraj Shivaganga, the Channagiri MLA loyal to DK Shivakumar, declaring that the Deputy CM will become the CM by December. Not that he has said the first time, but should he be saying it at all?
ಹಣೆ ಬರೆದಾಗ ಏನು ಬರೆದಿದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ ನಂತರ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಉಳ್ಕಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಅದಾಗಲಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರು ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅದಂಗೆ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ ನಂತರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
More importantly, now for Mr. DK Shivakumar, he will go back to the drawing board and say, well, we had a conversation. I was the KPCC chief. I, changed the fortunes for the party in 2023. I need to get what I deserve. This was something that he hinted at back in 2023. And at the end of this year, that conversation is definitely going to be back with the High Command. How it will really fare? How will Mr. Siddaramaiah react? He's still a mass leader, enjoys the support of a large number of MLAs. He's not going to relinquish his post very easily. But right now, there are bigger concerns, bigger fish to fry really for the Congress party, because their own legislators have been creating a big hue and cry, be it about funds, be it about corruption. Now, while Mr. Siddaramaiah is going to the centre, going to the finance minister, saying that, well, there is injustice as far as devolution is concerned. He's been talking about how the BJP MP should go and raise this issue with the centre. Now you have concerns being raised by his own party men. So it's somewhere going to dilute the issue, and it's going to give the opposition more ammunition. They're going to say, well, you've given the guarantees, you're not managing your finances, now you're knocking at the doors of the centre. In fact, a statement, maybe it came in a very humorous manner by the Karnataka Home Minister, but he says, while speaking in Badami to the people, well, you need about 1,000 crore rupees. This is for the holistic development of the city of Badami, but don't come to the state, go to the centre with this request. Again, an indicator that there is a shortage, a dearth of funds as far as, the state is concerned. Now this tug-of-war that's going to happen over tax devolution is going to play out politically here in Karnataka as well. While all of this, the Congress High Command has to deal with a probable change, if any, or at least the demands that are going to come in from the legislators in themselves.
Thank you very much for getting us that report. Time now for a tiny break on the show. More on the other side. Stay tuned. Some international news now. American President Donald Trump has rejected talks of Iran regime change. He says that he doesn't want a regime change because it causes chaos. He says that he doesn't want to see too much chaos. Trump says that Iran's not going to have a nuke. Iran has opened its airspace after a 12-day war. The first plane out has headed from Dubai to Russia. Flight radar data has been received. No uranium enrichment for Iran. That's what the Americans said, but Iran remains defiant. Iran says will resume the nuke program, and they have refused to stop the nuclear program.
Do you want to see regime change in Iran?
No. If there was, there was. But no, I don't want it. I'd like to see everything calm down as quickly as possible.
Did Iran make any commitments yesterday about uranium enrichment?
About what?
About uranium enrichment.
They're not going to have enrichment, and they're not going to have a nuclear weapon, and they know that. They're going to get on to being a great trading nation. They're very good traders.
The question the world is asking is Donald Trump a joker or genius, misunderstood or a magic man? Do we not understand Trump? Let's hear this report from my colleague Shivakumar.
Is he a joker? For instance, he teased peace, then launched the first stealth bombers over Iran. But is he a genius, rather? Because he executed the most precise B-2 Spirit strike in decades, all in just one night. All it took was just 36 hours. Some would say, is he a joker? He called Pakistan a peace partner right after Operation Sindoor. But then is he a genius? Because he used Pakistan's cooperation to fly bombers into Iranian skies for that audacious attack. Is he a joker? Trump flirts with the Nobel Prize while global tensions are exploding in the most dangerous part of the world. But is he a genius? Because he played the Nobel card maybe to distract and lull his adversaries before ordering Operation Midnight Hammer. Just think about that for a second. Is Trump a joker? He sent decoy B-2 bombers over the Pacific as a media spectacle. Is he a genius? Because the real bombers, the real B-2s were actually sent eastward, as NDTV reported, to Iran on a 36-hour bombing mission. Do you see the contradiction I'm trying to make? Some would say, is he a joker? Is Trump a joker? Because he triggers global chaos on a virtually daily basis with questionable diplomatic preparations. But is he a genius? Is Trump a genius? Because he has rewritten the Middle East strategic map without losing a single American life this time. That is the question that we are asking right now. Joker or genius? He is deeply divisive. He's someone who polarizes everyone. But the question is, what is the future of how the world will see Donald J. Trump?
The talk has centered around the US's B-2 bombers and Tomahawks. What has remained under the radar is US's vast arsenal of weapons, which includes jamming jets and anti-radiation weapons. My colleague Shivakumar talks about 5 such weapons. Take a look.
In Operation Midnight Hammer, everyone has told you about the B-2 Spirit stealth bombers that led the bombing of those nuclear facilities in Iran. But I'm going to tell you about 5 weapons that were used or deployed that night that no one has reported about in detail so far. The first one of them is called the AGM-88E, Advanced Anti-Radiation Guided Missile. The role this played was preemptive suppression of Iranian air defenses. These missiles were fired that night ahead of the stealth bombers at Iranian air defenses during the B-2 pack entry into Iranian airspace, fired by US fighter aircraft flying in support of the stealth bombers to ensure safety from ground engagement. This mission has been confirmed by US Secretary of Defense, but the weapon was not named. Number 2, the ADM-160, which is a miniature air-launched decoy jammer. The role this played, and we can confirm it was used, decoys fired by US fighter aircraft to mimic fighter radar signatures and basically fool Iranian air defenses and radars, saturate them alongside jamming of ground sensors in Iran. The third weapon that we know was deployed in the air, we don't know if it was used, is the AGM-158B JASSM-ER. The role of this stealth cruise missile was kept as a backup weapon. F-35 fighters, F-22 fighters armed with these but did not need to fire them, we hear, since the main weapons were fired obviously very, very successfully, but those were definitely in the air. This is the AGM-154 Joint Standoff Weapon, or JSOW. The role was, it was a standby glide bomb, possibly to destroy Iranian airbase infrastructure in case fighter jets were scrambled that night. They were not obviously fired since the B-2s did not trigger any Iranian aircraft scramble and no weapon was fired at the B-2s. Nobody even knew that they were there. And finally, the enigmatic EA-18 Growler. This is an electronic attack aircraft which was in the air producing continuous jamming along the B-2 stealth bomber flight route, sanitizing air corridors outside Iran, jamming possible or expected airborne intercept radars borne by Iranian fighter aircraft that were expected to scramble and cripple Iranian command and control. Again, these were there as a safety, but they were deemed not necessary at all, obviously because the Spirit and its entire package went completely undetected.
The Chief Minister Rekha Gupta on Monday ordered immediate renovation of hostels in the Maulana Azad Medical College and expedited construction of new units after a meeting with students at the Delhi secretariats. She also blamed the previous Aam Aadmi Party government over the poor state of facilities at the health institution. Hitting back, the AAP said that it built a world-class healthcare system when it was in power and that the BJP was undermining it.
Clogged washrooms, crumbling ceilings, overcrowded boys' hostels, and stray dogs sprawled across corridors. This is the harsh reality faced daily by aspiring doctors at one of Delhi's most prestigious medical institutions, the Maulana Azad Medical College.
Maulana Azad Medical College, one of the biggest medical complexes in the city, and it is currently in shambles. We are standing right outside the UG, that is the undergraduate where the MBBS students reside, of the boys' hostel. My camera person has gone inside and he has given you the shots. I am standing right outside and the condition over here is also pathetic.
The people have tried to solve this problem, but there was no solution till now, and our dean has tried very much in her tenure, and she's very cooperative for this case and everything, and all the faculties have tried, who are the warden in charge of the hostels, have tried for the same, and finally thank you to the Lieutenant Governor and CM of Delhi.
The neglect isn't limited to the boys' hostel though. The girls' hostel tells a similar story. Leaking taps, unhygienic washrooms, and a glaring absence of basic maintenance, raising serious questions about the living conditions.
Currently, we are present in the girls' hostel, and here also it's a very similar picture. We are currently showing you the visuals of the washroom here. You can see that this door is broken and it has not been repaired. If we talk about the ceilings also, we continuously show you, the alga formation that you can see on the ceilings, how the cement also has come out.
And the situation doesn't improve inside the hospital either. Patients recount their exhausting ordeal from endless waiting to being shuffled between departments in what is supposed to be one of the capital's top government hospitals.
पहली बार आई हूँ, मेरा इन्होंने जो पर्चा बनवाते हैं ये लोग, उन्होंने किसी और डिपार्टमेंट का बना दिया, जाना मुझे किसी और में था, मैं 4 घंटे से वेट कर रही हूँ। इसके बाद डॉक्टर्स ने मुझे ये बोल दिया कि आप दोबारा पर्चा बनवाओ, दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट में जाओ।
With the government now stepping in, the big question remains, will this finally lead to real lasting change or just another cycle of promises and neglect?
पिछली पढ़ी लिखी सरकारों की कर्तव्य निष्ठा पे, यहाँ के हॉस्पिटल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पे, कॉलेजेस की, मेडिकल कॉलेजेस की मेंटेनेंस पे, कि आज मौलाना आजाद जैसा प्रेस्टीजियस कॉलेज और वहाँ पढ़ने वाले बच्चों की इतनी बुरी स्थिति। और आज मुझसे आकर के ये सभी स्टूडेंट्स मिले हैं, उन्होंने मुझे ये सारे विषय का जिस तरीके से, जिस डीप भावनात्मक तरीके से उन्होंने मुझे ये बातें बताई हैं, तो मैं सच में बहुत परेशान हूँ इन बच्चों के लिए। और इमीडिएटली सरकार उसमें उन बच्चों को जो फैसिलिटी, जो रिपेयर की वहाँ पे काम करवाने हैं वो भी कराएंगे हम।
The other agencies have also been instructed so that this infrastructure that we are seeing that's currently crumbling and totally in an unhygienic position, they certainly can be mended, because there are very serious concerns that are being raised. Now with camera person Aman Deseshka Verma for NDTV.
Actor Salman Khan has revealed that he is battling 3 conditions, serious conditions: trigeminal neuralgia, a rare nerve disorder causing intense facial pain, and brain aneurysm, as well as anteriovenous malformation, a dangerous tangle of blood vessels in the brain. Despite the pain, risk of rupture and previous surgery in the US, the 59-year-old actor continues to work.
हमें जो जितनी भी हड्डियां तोड़वा रहे हैं, पसलियां टूट गई, ट्राइजेमिनल था, न्यूरालजिया, उसके बावजूद काम कर रहे हैं, एनेरिज्म है ब्रेन में, उसके बावजूद काम कर रहे हैं, एवी मैलफॉर्मेशन है, उसके बावजूद चल रहे हैं, एक्शन, यहाँ से कूदना, वहाँ पर गिरना, चलने को नहीं हो रहा, डांस कर रहे हैं, और ये सब चल रहा है, ये सब साइड में.
Salman Khan, a name synonymous with action, charisma and box office blockbusters. But few knew what the superstar was actually enduring behind the scenes, until now. On Kapil Sharma's talk show, Salman made a rare and vulnerable revelation. I'm out here breaking my bones every day. Ribs are fractured. I'm working despite having a trigeminal neuralgia. There's an aneurysm in the brain, yet I'm still working. There's also an AV malformation and still I'm carrying on, the actor said, describing how he continues to work despite multiple serious conditions. His words left fans stunned, especially the mention of a brain aneurysm, a condition that could turn critical without warning. So what exactly is a brain aneurysm? Aneurysm is a condition where there is a weakness in the wall of the artery, which leads to the outpouching of the wall of an artery, creating a small balloon-like structure called an aneurysm. While brain aneurysms are relatively common, often discovered incidentally during imaging for other conditions, not all of them can rupture. However, when they do, the consequences are severe. One of the most alarming features of a ruptured aneurysm is the sudden intense headache, often described as the worst headache of one's life.
Brain aneurysm is in news because of Salman Khan's admission that he's suffering from it. But what is brain aneurysm? Brain aneurysm is a condition which is caused by weakness in the wall of arteries that carry blood to the brain, leading to an outpouching or a balloon-like structure from those arteries. Because the wall of the artery is stretched, these aneurysms are prone to rupture, and they are the commonest cause of non-traumatic subarachnoid hemorrhage in the world. About 2 to 5% people in India suffer from brain aneurysms, but mostly unruptured aneurysms go undiagnosed.
Salman also revealed he suffers from trigeminal neuralgia, a chronic pain condition affecting the nerve that carries sensation from the face to the brain. The pain is often described as stabbing electric shock-like jolts triggered even by mild activities like brushing or chewing. And if that wasn't enough, he also has an AV malformation, a rare abnormal tangle of blood vessels in the brain. Despite all this, Salman remains unstoppable, continuing his film shoots, hosting reality shows, and meeting fans. While fans often call him Bhai, this revelation shows the fight he carries within, not just on screen, but off it too. Bureau Report, NDTV.